My name's Natalie. I'm 27 years old, about to turn 28 years old. And the reason I came to see Dr. Gerardo and Dr. Johnson to begin with, my problem started when I was 13 years old, and I had 4 teeth extracted from my mouth. And I did what the orthodontist said, and I removed 4 bicuspids. So he put braces on me, and about a year later, after he took them off, I started having severe migraines. And I went to see various doctors, and they all told me that it was hereditary, and there was nothing much I could do except take painkillers for migraines. So that's what I did for a while, but they wouldn't go away. So throughout the years, ever since I was 15, I started just accumulating like a list of other health problems and side effects that I would have. So I went to see countless specialists, I went to see countless doctors, and I just tried to follow their protocol and do what they said. They were all orthodox, regular medicine type of doctors, except the side effects of the medicines were worse, or I just didn't get better, or I just kept getting other problems added onto it. And it just slowly started deteriorating the quality of my life. So I didn't have the best, my 20s have been probably the worst years of my life. My list of problems when I came to see Dr. Gerardo was unbelievably long. I had fibromyalgia, I had a chronic fatigue disorder, I had depression, I would cry about everything. I had severe PMS, I had severe acne on my back, I had severe cystic boils all over my body coming up. I just had weird mood swings. I couldn't eat very well because my jaw hurt so much, so I had to be careful what I ate. I had severe headaches, just bad neck pain. I was always rubbing my neck. My jaw would just hurt unbelievably. When I saw Dr. Johnson last year, it was because I lost my jaw because I was literally bedridden because my pain was so bad. I had muscle pain, I had joint pain, and I just felt like my whole body was swollen. So I tried going to work, but I would pass out at work, or I just couldn't handle the pain. So I would have to go home. And I lost my job because of that and ended up being bedridden. So finally I went to see Dr. Johnson after he was recommended by a different dentist. And he started using orthotics on me. I did really well with him the first 5 months. And once he put the nighttime orthotic in my mouth, it seems like my body was just overwhelmed by the drastic change that my jaw was trying to adjust to with the nighttime orthotic. So he recommended I go see a chiropractor, which was the last thing I wanted to do. But I came in because the pain was so bad, I had run out of options, and I was just doing what the dentist told me to do. So I came in, and he seemed to be very confident that he could help, even though I wasn't. And I came in, I mean, I looked awful. I felt awful, and I looked as bad as I felt. I had no energy. I had to have people drive me to my appointments. I had really bad anxiety attacks. I could barely walk. I couldn't do any exercise whatsoever. I had horrible sleeping habits. I just couldn't sleep. I had insomnia all the time, and that probably contributed worse to the fibromyalgia. So after a couple of weeks seeing the chiropractor, it seemed almost like he wasn't doing anything because the therapy was so subtle, very different from what I was used to. But sure enough, after a couple of weeks, I started seeing improvements, like major improvements, and I was coming twice a week. I started noticing I had less panic, anxiety symptoms. I started to be able to drive myself to my appointments. I stopped crying for no reason. I stopped being as depressed. My severe PMS, I used to get really bad, chronic menstrual, awful pain. Had to take painkillers all the time. It totally started improving a lot. My acne started from my back, it started going away. I had this really chronic polynatal cyst on my lower back, which is unbelievably painful, and if you've had one, you know how painful that is. So I was to the point where I was about to get surgery for it. I even let the chiropractor know that I might not be coming in as often because I'm going to have surgery for this. And he told me that just to hold off for a while we kept treatment going, and I did. So after a couple of weeks of just coming and doing what he asked, I noticed the cyst wasn't flaring up as much, and I was able to wear the belt that he gave me for my pelvic area. I was able to wear it without it flaring up, and that's probably one of the most amazing things that I'm just in shock about, because I really seriously had made up my mind that I was going to have the surgery, and there was no way out of it. I thought that was my last option. So to be able to have gotten rid of the cyst without drugs and without surgery is unbelievable. That's one of the things I'm most grateful for, which he had no idea really that I had so many problems, because I didn't even list the problems, because like I said, I wasn't at all optimistic about coming here. I wasn't at all even thinking that it was going to help, because I had such bad experiences with previous doctors before, and they would try to help, but it just wouldn't help at all in the long run. So I'm really glad I did follow his protocol, even though it was very unorthodox and very different. I pretty much was very willing to just do whatever he said, because I wanted to get rid of the pain. And this whole time I knew that it wasn't something that was in my head or psychological. I knew it was something that was really wrong with me, and other doctors were not giving me the benefit of the doubt. They really thought I was just crazy. If you have people telling you, professionals telling you that there's nothing wrong with you, after a while you start to think maybe you're crazy, because you feel pain that they're telling you could not be real. So I hope just that people, if there's people out there that feel this way or that are desperate or think there's no other option or nothing you can do about it, there really is. I mean, I went online every day and looked for help. I just couldn't find it. So I hope that if this helps anybody in any way, shape, or form, I just really want you to just take from my experience and don't make the same mistakes I did.